First, ink up the wood grain stamp all over with chocolate chip ink. Next, I stamped off once on some scrap paper to get some of the ink off, so I'd stamp a lighter image on the vanilla cardstock. And then go ahead and stamp with your wood grain stamp on the vanilla cardstock. You can sponge all 4 sides of the vanilla cardstock that you just stamped with the chocolate chip ink. And then attach your piece of Woodland Walk Designer Series paper to the front of the cardstock with some adhesive. That's our snail. That's our tape runner. We call it the snail. Put some adhesive on the ends of, on both ends of the lace, just on the back side, so that you can stick it to the front of the cardstock and then wrap it around behind. And then do the same thing for the taffeta early espresso ribbon. I went ahead and put adhesive along the whole length of that one so it would stick to the lace better. And then tuck those ends under as well. Next, color in the little satin rosette with your green marker. So I think you have Always Artichoke or Handsome Hunter. Be gentle with the brush tip of the marker. And just go ahead and color in all the surfaces and put a couple glue dots on the back to stick it onto the front of the ribbon. And those little rosettes can be colored any color except white, obviously, and those are in the current mini catalog. Next, you'll need your tag punch and the piece of Woodland Walk Designer paper that I cut to a width of 1 3/8 inches. Stick one end in the punch and pull it up through the hole in the punch. And make sure you have it lined up straight with the punch. And then just squeeze, and you can make a longer tag than it would normally cut. So you can make a tag to any length. And then I just sponged the edges of that tag as well. Punch a hole in the tapered end of the tag with a standard hole punch, and then attach the little reinforcers I made for you with some 2-way glue. I just made those with the circle punch from the Itty Bitty Punch Pack and my Crocodile. And I inked the edges in crumb cake ink. Next, take the very small piece of taffeta early espresso ribbon and fold it in half and insert it through the front of the hole in the tag. And then pull it through the back, and you'll open up the loop and feed the ends through the loop. Next, we're going to stamp the bird from the Punch Potpourri Hostess set. So stamp that in some wild wasabi ink on your vanilla scrap and punch it out with the 2-step bird punch. You'll want to save the bird and the wing from that. Well, actually, you don't have to save the wing because I already made some wings for you. Go ahead and punch another branch out using the scrap of chocolate chip cardstock. This is our Frost White shimmer paint, and I'm just going to apply some with a sponge dauber onto a very vanilla wing. And this creates a nice mother of pearl sort of faux effect. So you just put some on there, let it dry, and then sponge it all over with your wild wasabi ink. So yours is already dry, obviously, and you'll just want to sponge all over and then maybe go ahead and sponge the edges. Attach the wing to the bird with 1-dimensional. And then attach the bird to the tag you made with another dimensional. I made it so the tag would be at an angle and the bird would be straight. And then put some 2A glue just on the branch part, on the stem part of your branch, leaving the leaves free so that you can have the leaves hang off the edge of the tag and have the actual branch part go under the bird. Now fold your cardstock in half and smooth it out with a bone folder if you have one, and attach the card front to the card base with some adhesive. Again, that's our tape runner. We call it the snail, and I love it. The refills are super easy to switch out. Then you'll attach the tag to the front with 2 more dimensionals. And the last thing we're going to do is add our sentiment. Oh, I'm sorry. We need to add the sentiment in the middle of in the inside of the card first, which I've already stamped for you. It's from the Create a Cupcake stamp set that's in the mini catalog. So I stamped the sentiment in the middle there for you in chocolate chip ink. And then you can take the flowers, the group of 3 flowers from the Punch Potpourri Hostess set, and ink them up in the wild wasabi and stamp those in the lower corner. That kind of ties it all in together nicely. And just add some adhesive to that and attach that to the inside of your card. This and the card front I cut at 4 by 5 1/4, so it would mat nicely on the card, which both the card front and the inside of the card have dimensions of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's just 1/4 inch smaller. Now the sentiment on the front of the card, the happy birthday, also comes from the Create a Cupcake stamp set. So I just stamped that and then I cut it out with the word window punch. And that word window punch is great. It goes well with a lot of the sentiments from the Teeny Tiny Wishes stamp set as well. I went ahead and attached that to a modern label that I cut out with the modern label punch out of some wild wasabi cardstock. And I put a couple dimensionals on the back there for you. And I love the way that word window mounts on the modern label. You can just attach that in the lower right corner of your card and you'll be all done. And this Woodland Walk paper is found in the main idea book and catalog.